One of the simplest breathing practices that we can do is Dirga Pranayama, or three-part breath. It's a great one for beginners just getting started out in a breathing practice. It allows us to play on a couple of different elements that we know are so effective in pranayama. One is to learn how to access the whole of your lungs. And not just that, but it feels in the end as though your whole torso is nothing but lungs. So really activating the respiratory diaphragm's role. I think of it as the role of massaging your internal organs, the role of movement within your abdomen as you breathe. This is an excellent self-cleaning system. But if we're always in fear, breathing up here, and not moving, then that self-cleaning system isn't working. So complete breath, or three-part breath, can really help us to understand the potential of a breath and the training of a breath. So it's very simple. I want you to start by imagining your lungs, in three parts. So you've got your upper, your middle, and your lower lungs. Closing your eyes, let your hands rest on your legs, your lap, wherever you are, and begin to inhale at the lowest aspect of the lungs. So you're going to feel the lower ribs expand, then the mid ribs, then the upper ribs. And then do the same as you exhale. Start at the top, work your way slowly down. Just get comfortable with the idea of really accessing the whole of your lungs. And when I say that, I like to remember as well, it's not just the front of the lungs, but you need to go into the sides of your lungs and into the backs of your lungs. There's so much to be explored. And then I think about, well, what's all around the lungs? And even inside the lungs is our fascia. And so as we move through our breath, as we expand the lungs, of course, we're also stretching into that hopefully elastic tissue of fascia. And so we're creating a massage from the inside of the body out. What you might now begin to explore, taking this a little further, is that your whole torso is nothing but lungs. That would mean that you would inhale to the pelvic floor, then to the solar plexus area, and then into the upper lungs. You would exhale upper, mid, lower. Slow it all down. I've never found that rules helped me very much. Sometimes I want to exhale from bottom to top, sometimes from top to bottom. The inhale for me is always bottom to top, but the exhale varies according to what I need on that day. Remember side body as you're doing this breath, back body. Now I want to add another element to this. And this is one of the ways to most efficiently activate your relaxation response, get your vagus nerve working for you, and that is to extend your exhale longer than your inhale. If that feels like too much for today, don't do it. Or do 2 counts more, not 5 or double. So as you inhale, it could be to a count of 6 or 8. As you exhale, though, I want you to start to push that a little further, maybe to 8, to 12. My ideal count, having practiced this a fair bit, is inhale to 8 and I exhale to 20. But each day that I practice that, it takes me a while to get there. So I hope you're still practicing this breath as I'm talking to you. Know that for me to get to 8 as I inhale, I need to be very conscious of beginning that inhale in the pelvic floor at the tailbone, and then to draw it up so consciously through my body that I'm not gasping as I get to 8. In terms of the elongation of the exhale, You need to exhale slowly, as though a candle was in front of you and you were not going to extinguish that candle. Feel the way in which, as you exhale, the body contracts slowly, deeply, as though squeezing a tube of toothpaste. When we practice that deeper inhale, and I hope by now you're toward 8, the respiratory diaphragm is pressing down into the abdomen, so putting pressure on the liver, putting pressure on the spleen, the stomach. When we practice the longer exhale, we're going to draw the belly toward the back, and as we get longer and longer with that exhale, we draw the belly toward the back more and more, thus putting pressure on things like the colon, the bladder. All of our internal organs are then going to receive this beautiful massage. Plus, we're putting ourselves in a state of ease and rest so that that massage is received well. And the systems in the body, from urinary to circulatory, are all going to come to the forefront because they feel like the danger is over, that all that is to breathe. So how about 2 more rounds now? And I hope you're starting to feel a little bit of that almost sleepy state, certainly a state of greater ease. A lot of people ask me about practice and how do you make time for it. And the thing that I will say always is you need to create a habit. And so each morning, show up for you. And on the mornings where, I don't know, you've had a bad sleep, you've had some insomnia, and so you slept in a little bit longer to make up for that, or it's a day of rushing, take 3 minutes and practice this breathing so that you're starting your day in a place of trust and ease, triggering your relaxation response, triggering your vagus nerve. It's a beautiful breath, so simple. Feel that great expanse now within your lung capacity. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish for you peace. Om Shanti. Namaste.